Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. Today we're going to talk about silent letters. We have WR together, we have KN together, and we have GN together, and that we don't say all the sounds. Let's look at our first word. Our first word is right. Let's think of the phonemes we have. We have R, I, T. Now we know that the E makes that I say its name, but that W is silent. When we see the WR together, we just say R. We don't say the W at all. Look at the next word. We pronounce this word not. N, A, T. The K is silent. Whenever we have K and N together, we just say N. And then look at the next word. We have sign. We have S, I, N. The G is silent. GN also says N. The English language was written to torture little children and anyone trying to learn the language. So, get out your Reader Writers Workshop and open it up to page 260, 260. Here we have the silent letters, WR, KN, GN. Sometimes a letter is silent. The letters WR, KN, and GN make the sound you hear at the beginning of rap, no, and gnat. Do you know what a gnat is? It's a little bug. Drives you crazy. So let's look at the words. So the first word we have is the word right. And you can see that it has that WR, but we do not pronounce the W. The next word going down is the word knee. K-N-E-E. We do not pronounce the K. It's your knee. The next word is a gnat. That little bug. The G is silent. The next word is knife. Again, that K is there, but we don't hear it. Knife. The next word is sign. We do not hear that G. Sign. Close your eyes. We do not hear the G. The next word is nod. Do you know what that word means? If you take a little carrot and you kind of nibble on it, it's kind of gnawed on it. Like, not really biting. That's what a gnaw is. Now, it's kind of weird. We have nod, and now we have knocking. Same sound, totally different spelling of that beginning sound. The next word is wreath. Your mom might have a wreath on the front door. And we spell that with a W-R. The next word is knot. You tie a knot in your shoelaces. And then the next word is wreck. If two cars run into each other, you have a wreck. And the next word is wrist. And the last word is design. You can see all these words have silent letters. Now, I said it yesterday, and I also said it Monday, that maybe I thought it and I didn't say it. I think I wrote it in an email to somebody. when you have these word patterns that are difficult to spell and difficult to know which letters you use, the more you read, the better you will get at these. When you see these words in context, you will just start to recognize them. So don't worry about all these different patterns. You will get them as you become a better reader. Let's look at page 261. I knocked a gnat off my wrist. Your turn to read it. And the second sentence, another bug gnawed on my knee. Your turn. So down here it says your turn. Look for these words with WR, KN, and GN in wrapped in ice. So you have the word wrapped, knocked, design, knocks, know, write, signs, and knock. When you open up to turn to page 262 at the very top, it says realistic fiction. What does realistic fiction mean? It means that this story did not happen, but it could. Everything in this story could happen in real life. How can weather affect us? Read how icy weather affects a neighborhood. I am tired of ice. I hope we don't see any more till next year. Wrapped in ice. The sound of something hitting the window woke Kim up. Bing, bing, bing. What's that? Kim asked herself. Kim peeked outside. The trees were coated with ice. The yard sparkled. The driveway was like a skating rink. Even the car was wrapped in an icy design. Mom, why is everything covered in ice? Kim wanted to know. That's a good question, said Mom. Good thing I'm a science teacher. It's raining, but the air is very cold, so the raindrops freeze when they land on cold surfaces like signs, trees, and roads. Mom turned on the TV weather. A reporter said, a winter storm has hit this part of the country. Freezing rain is making streets and roads icy. We advise you to stay inside. Children can stay home. Schools will be closed. We have a snow day, cried Kim. You mean an ice day, laughed Mom. Suddenly, all the lights went out. I guess some icy tree branches broke, said Mom. They must have knocked down power lines. We won't have any power until the lines are fixed. Kim looked worried, but Mom said, let's just pretend we are camping. Mom lit the logs in the fireplace. Kim got flashlights. They played lots of games. It was fun to eat their lunch by the fire. Then Mom said, listen. The ping, ping, ping had stopped. The storm must be over, cried Kim. Up and down the street, people came outside. There was so much to do. Everyone worked together. They put sand on the walks. They broke up the ice. Noses got red. Brrr! The air was very cold. I made a fire in the fireplace, Mom called out. Come in and warm up. Neighbors came with flashlights and snacks. Ms. Knox brought cider. Mr. Wright told about the year it snowed in the month of May. Oh, we got that. Kim told knock-knock jokes. It's nice when everyone gathers together, said Mom. Just then, the lights came on. Everyone cheered. "It's been a big day," smiled Mom. "We were lucky to be cozy and safe." "We are lucky to have such nice neighbors too," said Kim. "We turned an ice day into an ice party." I like that story. Don't you wish we could get back together with our neighbors? Hopefully soon. So today I have given you this worksheet, Silent Letters, Highlighter Hunt. So in your pencil case, you should have a highlighter that you had at school. If not, you can use a marker. And it says, read the story below and find and highlight all the words that have silent letters like KN, GN, and WR. Write all your highlighted words at the bottom. So when you highlight the word, you write it down here. Now, here it says, if you have extra spaces left, think of other silent letter words that weren't in the story and write them. But I did this. If you highlight a word up here, write it down here, even if it's a word that you already highlighted. If you do that, you will have exactly the correct number of spots and you won't have any empties. I think it would be if, for example, the word wrap is in there more than once. So that if you highlighted it and didn't write it, but I'm going to tell you the easiest way to do this. If you highlight it, every word that you find that has a KN, a GN, or a WR, highlight it, write it here. You'll have exactly the right number of spaces. So at this point, you should pause this video and go ahead and do this because I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I'm going to stop it here. I'll come back and do the second part of the video, the cause and effect page. Actually, we could just do it. You know how to do this, right? So we have been talking about how one thing causes something else to happen. And in this story, it lends itself to finding cause and effect relationships. Okay? So turn to page 272 and 273. And you have this worksheet. You can get a pencil and you can do this with me, or you can just pay attention and walk through it with me, okay? But if you look on page 272 and 273, they walked us through it, okay? It says cause and effect. A cause is the reason why something happens. An effect is what happens. So finding text evidence. Mrs. Bedard put tape in her book so she would remember which page to go on. And now I can't get the tape off the book. Oh no. It's supposed to be painter's tape. It's supposed to come off with no issue, but whatever. So it says, find what caused the raindrops to freeze. So on page 265, Kim said, Mom, why is everything covered in ice? Kim wanted to know. That's a good question, said Mom. Good thing I'm a science teacher. It's raining, but the air is very cold, so the raindrops freeze when they land on cold surfaces like signs, trees, and roads. You do not have to write this. If you want to just look and walk through because they did all the work for us. I just wanted you to see how using the cause and effect paper, you can get the information from the story. So let's look at the cause and effect relationships. The cause, the air was very cold. So what happened? Raindrops froze on cold surfaces. So you can do this relationship backwards. You say, well, what happened? Well, there were raindrops. Raindrops froze on cold surfaces. Why? Because the air was very cold. So this happened first, and it caused this to happen. Okay, what's another relationship? Well, that one was on page 265. We can look on page 267. And what happened on page 267? Suddenly, all the lights went out. Well, what happened? Well, there was no electricity. Why? Branches broke, power lines fell. And here the story. Here in the story, the exact words. I guess some icy tree branches broke, said Mom. They must have knocked down power lines. We won't have any power until the lines are fixed. So what happened? Branches broke, power lines fell. Therefore, there was no electricity. Why was there no electricity? Because the branches broke and power lines fell. Do you see how one thing caused something else to happen? And then on page 269, up and down the street, people came outside. There was so much to do. Everyone worked together. They put sand on the walks. They broke up the ice. Noses got red. Brr, the air was very cold. What happened? Oh, noses got red. Why did noses get red? Because the air was very cold. The air was very cold, so noses got red. Noses got red. Why? Because the air was cold. You do not have to fill this out. I just wanted you to have the graphic organizer to look at as I did this so that you can see how one thing causes something else to happen. Something happens. Why? Because something made it. Does that make sense to you? We're just using that graphic organizer so that it can help us to see the relationships between things that happen in a story. Okay? So if you have this paper, go ahead and fill this in. Remember, you are looking for the silent letters of KN, GN, and WR. I will see you later.